So we're going to do this first or that first?
Doing right to Charlie and his food
Well,
truck.
after him.
Welcome back to American Warrior Radio right here on the Talk to Me station, AM 1300 WMEL, and online worldwide at 1300WMEL.com. Before we've got somebody on hold. I'm so anxious to talk to him. Folks, if you want to find out more about what's going on, like I said, you can go to 1300WMEL.com, click on the Archives tab, listen to past episodes. Go to avetproject.org. That's the website. Click on the Facebook icon, lower left corner, and you can see all the goings on. And you can also access American Warrior Radio's Facebook page at any time. Just check it out. Right now, we are thrilled to have a man who is a veteran, a combat wounded veteran, did a tour over in Afghanistan, and I'm anxious to introduce him. It's Charlie Arispe with Chachi's Cafe. Charlie, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're coming through loud and clear.
Coming through good, Charlie.
Thanks for joining us. Where are you calling us from?
I am calling you from Chachi's Cafe over on Corbin Road, Garen, as you're familiar with my food truck that I've been working on.
And it's folks, this, I have to remind you, it's great food, great prices. You're 1 block south of Aurora on Croton, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we have the best Philly cheesesteaks, hamburgers, gyros, Italian sausage, and I'm pretty sure you're aware of our 20% off Red Shirt Friday. Bring anything red, and you get 20% off.
Which is a heck of a deal. And you also have some of these nifty, which I'm modeling today on the program for all you that are going to watch this on YouTube or American Warrior Radio Facebook. It's AVET Project's Red Shirt Friday shirt. You have some of those for sale there as well.
Yes, sir. We're halfway down those. We need some more.
Yeah, that's good.
Well,
Well, you got a special deal going on those. What are you selling them for, and how can somebody get a free meal when they buy the shirt?
what we're doing is you can buy the shirt for $12, and all the proceeds go to the AVET Project, or we're giving a discount. If you buy the shirt for $15, you get your meal for free. And of course, every Friday you bring your red shirt, you get an extra 20% off every Friday.
That's incredible, Charlie. Honestly, I wanna congratulate you on a birthday. You just had your birthday, brother. Happy birthday. And what unit were you attached to when you were over in Afghanistan?
That was the 715th Military Police Company out of Melbourne, Florida.
So, folks, there you heard it. Charlie Arispe, Chachi's Cafe, 1 block south of Aurora on Croton. 20% off on Red Shirt Fridays. He's got AVET Project red shirts available. And he's a disabled vet making a living, supporting his family. So I encourage you. And that's just the good stuff. The excellent stuff is that your food is delicious and it's very reasonably priced.
Yes, sir. That's what I hear. And I think that's why I gained another 30 pounds.
Phone number.
It's very, very good.
Well, give them also the times that you're there and the days that you're there, Chachi.
Well, the times I'm here is from 7:30 in the morning. We do breakfast and lunch from 7:30 in the morning until 6:30, 6 to 6:30 in the evening. We're here Tuesday through Saturday, and Friday is our happiest day. We love to be here. We got a lot of people yesterday and last Friday wearing red pants, red shirts.
Cool.
Tuesday through Saturday, 7:30 to 6 o'clock p.m.
Outstanding. Now, if somebody wants to place an order to go or to pick up, how do they do that?
They can call me at my phone number, which is 321-914-9507, or they can get a hold of Tara. She's right now looking up a lot of orders right now. I want to give a shout out to her.
Hello, Tara.
They can give a phone call for 321-447-4055.
Okay, and you can
457-4055.
Okay, and they can always reach you for a to-go order, which is call ahead, drop in, pick it up. If you're wearing your red shirt on a Friday, he's going to give you a great discount, 914-9507. Again, it's Chachi's Cafe food truck, Charlie Arispe, 1 block south of Aurora on Croton. Charlie, thank you so much for your service to our country and for providing such an awesome service and assistance to AVET Project and delicious food for the community. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, Mr. Coney. You are much welcome.
Okay, thanks, Charlie.
Again, check it out. That's Charlie's Cafe. You can call him for to-go orders, 914-9507. Get out there and support our veterans. He's there working hard, making delicious food for you. So drop in sometime, okay? Go for breakfast or lunch or dinner. He's got it all. All right, Glenn, we said we had a jam-packed show. Before we get into anything else, I want to get a quick shout-out to our good friends over at Cop Out Outdoor Adventures, Jeff Brown and his entire crew. A couple Sundays ago, we took AVET Project and his outfit took about 14 combat vets out on the water for a fishing trip, had a blast. Saw manta rays. I mean, we caught a slug of fish. Just go online and check it out. There's even some incredible videos of the manta rays that you'll be easy to find there. Blue Points Marina, thank you for all your assistance and help. And Mudhole Custom Tackle. If you're a fisherman or a fisherwoman, fisher person,
There you go.
there you go. You got to check out Mudhole Custom Tackle. And Blue Points couldn't have been nicer. And, of course, Jeff Brown and Cop Out Outdoor Adventures. Big hats off to you guys. You're and everybody that was involved in that. And all the boat captains. Y'all just did such an incredible job. It's something that AVET Project is definitely going to be doing again. Because we all caught fish. Everybody had a great time. So that was cool. We may as well get a quick shout out right now about an upcoming event on, what day is it?
On April 4th from 4 to 6 p.m. at the American Legion Post 200 Satellite Beach.
It's a meet and greet. If you're active duty or a reservist, we got a little time to build on this, but I wanted to get it out there so you can put it on your calendar. If you're active duty or reservist, it's a meet and greet from 4 to 6 at Post 200. And there's going to be free food for active duty and reservists and free memberships. Just an opportunity to get everybody introduced to the Legion right there near the base.
Yeah, a couple free things there. Free food and a free annual membership for those active duty and reservists that attend. And we'll be able to give you an opportunity to see the post, an opportunity to get the free membership and see what it's all about. American Legion places aren't just drinking holes like you hear.
Exactly. There's a lot offered there. And speaking of such, Glenn, you do something there at the American Legion Post 200. What is it that you offer?
Well, that's my base of operations to do claims help for American Legion members, people who want to become an American Legion member, and also for our AVAT organization. And you can contact me to set up an appointment at Glenn, that's 2 N's, GLENN, at AVET Project, AVET Project, all one word, .org.
So if I'm a vet out there listening to American Warrior Radio and I have an issue with the VA over in St. Pete or something, and my claim needs help, or maybe I want to introduce a new issue, or maybe my knee's gotten worse since the last time I was rated, that's what I should do, is email Glenn at avetproject.org. Then what happens?
Well, then I'll get back with you, and we'll normally Wednesday and Thursday afternoons. It's the time I set aside for appointments, and there's some variation on that depending on special circumstances. But I will get back to you, and we'll set up a mutually agreeable time. In the meanwhile, be digging out every piece of paper you've ever gotten from the VA. And if you have your service medical records, your 214, and all your marriage data, and for a minimum, we're going to need all of that for almost every kind of claim there is.
And how much do you charge?
Well, in keeping with today's theme, or our constant theme,
That's right.
My services are absolutely free, which reminds me, do not pay anybody who wants to help you with VA claims businesses. Against the law. Don't
did you just
pay
hear that?
them.
It's against the law. It's forbidden.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
so,
there's even more teeth to that law coming out. So.
all right. So let's say, for instance, there's a vet out there listening right now that let's just throw it out there. He's service connected for his knee. Maybe it was 0%, and he's just had a surgery, and the doctor, the orthopedic surgeon, or whoever it is, told him or her, look, you're not going to be able to stand on that knee for 45 days. What should they do?
Well, that opens an interesting topic that a lot of people are not aware of.
And
Aaron and I both know that from the
Our
feedback
practices,
that we get in the field. I was going to say ignorance, but I didn't want to call people ignorant.
Well, if they don't know, I mean, ignorance isn't necessarily a bad word. It's just you're ignorant of what's available out there.
Exactly. And that's convalescent ratings. And in the example Garen's giving, the person is service connected for the knee. They've got surgery, and the doctor says after the surgery, you're not allowed to do anything except whatever kind of physical therapy or whatever they want to help you out with. And so that's called a convalescence period of time. And if it for each 30-day period of time that the doctor prescribes, you can get your rating raised to 100% temporary with the VA.
And this is huge. Let me ask now, a vet's out there, and I know we got to carry this through here. A vet's out there, he's 0% for his knee, but all of a sudden it goes wacko and he's got to have it operated on. A lot of vets don't really appreciate that 0% is big news.
Oh, absolutely. And, going from 0, which is no money from the VA, Service Connect didn't get you treated for free, to 100%, which is somewhere, if you're married,
close to $3,000.
$3,000 or more,
tax-free,
depending on number of dependents,
sure,
tax-free, and that can go up to like almost a 9-month period of time if you're.
If your doctor says so.
Yeah, if your doctor says so. I'm trying to think as you're not coming along like you should and getting back to what the doctor wants you to. So. And then at the end of that period of time, the VA will call you in for an exam and examine you to determine where you're at on the rating chart for residuals. So you were 0 before, and if now you've got some problems with lateral stability of the knee or something like that, then you may end up with a 10 or 20 or 30% or more. Just depends on how you are when the maximum medical improvement period of time has gone by.
Well said. And it's not just that. There's other categories there. The severe postoperative residuals or an incompletely healed wound. Like you said on the knee, if it didn't completely heal for a period beyond 30 days, maybe 60, 90, even 120, you're going to be paid at the 100% rate during that period that your doctor says it's not healed.
Yeah, and you may start off with a 30-day thing, and it's not coming along. Like Garen's example was 45 days, and by the 45th day, the doctor's not satisfied. You get another letter from the doctor, and we have to file another claim. This doesn't automatically happen.
Correct.
So,
right.
Even if your doctor's a VA doctor, we still got to file another claim to get you extended beyond that. What the first claim was, which was for 30 days. So sometimes those can get stacked up. By the time you get your first one rated, you may have 3 more stacked up on top of it because you're not coming along so well.
And there's the immobilization by cast without surgery. If your joint is immovable, whether it's your shoulder, your hip, your knee, your ankle, whatever, if it's immobilized by cast, you'll qualify for this.
Oh, absolutely. So, again, then the 3 major ways are surgery necessitating at least 1 month or more of convalescence, and that's determined by your doctor.
Correct.
Surgery with severe postoperative residuals such as incompletely healed surgical wounds, stumps of amputations, therapeutic immobilization of 1 major joint or more, body cast, home confinement, and continued use of a wheelchair or crutches.
Where regular weight bearing is prohibited.
Yeah, and that's probably pretty important. A lot of people there's more people than you can think that fall in that category and don't realize they're entitled to this temporary 100% under convalescent ratings. And then the last one we just talked about, immobilization by cast without surgery.
And I want to bring up an issue that's very important, especially as we all age or if we've had some super traumatic event where one of our major joints has to be replaced, and they're getting very good at this. You got the TKR, the total knee replacement, the hip replacement, ankle, shoulder joints. The thing is, if you're service connected, even for a shoulder, and you have it replaced, an artificial implant, a prosthesis, you are going to be paid at the 100% rate just by virtue of having it done for 1 year.
Right.
All right. Now, that's big news there, people. And the reason they say that is because just like the regular Section 4.30. It's called a paragraph 30 claim under Title 38, the convalescent rating. It's the same type of thing, but this is an automatic. If you have a total knee replacement or some artificial prosthesis implanted, your bone's been taken out and put, titanium or whatever it is they do, you're going to be paid at the 100% rate for 1 year.
Well, let me clarify the word automatic, because that when you say that in VA
You're
in
right.
the same breath,
I understand. You clarify it.
You got to file the claim
Yes.
to be safe, and especially if you've not using the VA healthcare system, and even using the VA healthcare system, I wouldn't rely upon them filing the claim for you. I mean, in a perfect world, it's supposed to happen that way, but in my experience of 22 years, it don't happen that way.
Exactly.
File the claims.
Right, and effective dates, this is important, effective dates can be established through your VA medical record. If the rating agency, if the rating officer questions when it began, when the start date is, it'll be there in the medical record.
Exactly.
So don't worry about retro pay. It's just from the date of surgery for 1 year afterwards. And then what do? Then they rate the residuals again.
Yeah,
like
again, the same thing they were doing under the convalescent examples we gave you. They call you in for an exam and rate the residuals. The shoulder example is range of motion, pain on movement, how much can you lift. Mostly it's based on range of motion for the shoulder example.
Right, and it is a tragedy, a national tragedy for all of our veterans out there that they are not aware or apprised of their benefit under this section of the law, Section 4.30, which is the convalescent rating. Because it's real money, and the reason it's paid is because the veteran is unable to work, at least by doctor's order saying, you ain't going to do nothing.
Yeah, or in the shoulder example, where you're continued for a year, quote unquote, automatically, it's because medical science has shown you're going to be unable to do many things for that period of time, and the VA says, well, why go to all the trouble to get together medical evidence and everything else except for the proof of the surgery, not surgery, but the replacement of a major joint. So
right. So the takeaway there is you've got to get to a credentialed service officer, somebody that's got the skill to file the claim, bring in the doctor's orders that either you've had a major joint replacement or just a surgery that necessitates 30 days or more. That's the qualifier.
That's the qualifier, or the replacement of a major joint.
Right. And there's other presumptives, the prostate cancer and things like that. But the key to take away is you got to get all your paperwork together and either email Glenn at avetproject.org and he'll set up an appointment with you, or get into a credentialed service officer to file that claim. The sooner the better, because the VA, even though they treat these convalescent ratings, these paragraph 30 claims, a little more expeditiously than others.
Sometimes.
Yeah. It's in
the list of things they're supposed to bump up on the list to get done quicker.
Right, because the vet is totally unable to work.
Because they're unable to work.
Exactly.
During that period of time.
So that's the lesson for today. We always want to bring you information that you can use. So if you know a vet that suffered a surgery and isn't able to work for 30 days or more, or just had a major joint replacement in their body and they're service connected for it, that's the qualifier.
Yeah, exactly.
Then they need to file that claim, and they may not even know about it.
And the last tidbit for you on that topic is you also only have a year to file those claims. If you wait more than a year, if it was surgery you had 3 years ago, even though at that time you'd have qualified, you can't go back more than a year.
So I want to get on to something else here. The Tycho Warbird 2014 Air Show, March 14th, 15th, and 16th. I'm just going to tell you real quick, American Warrior Radio and WMEL are going to be on site. It's going to be a blast. We're going to be out there for Media Day. You're going to want to check out the website and the Facebook pages, both American Warrior Radio and AVET Project, for videos. Hopefully we're going to fly in Tico Bell, is it?
Yeah.
It's a big airplane.
Yeah.
It should be fun, and we'll have some great video and pictures.
My father-in-law flew him in the war, and I ought to know, but I can't think of it off the top of my head.
Well, it's going to be a blast. It's coming up. You don't want to miss it. March 14th, 15th, 16th. There's, I think, veteran discounts, and even the tickets themselves are not that expensive. I'm going to throw out the website if I can find it there. VAC, Valiant Air Command. VACwarbirds.org. Go there. VAC Victor Alpha Charlie warbirds.org. Go there or call 268-1941. 268-1941, and they'll give you the skinny on that because you don't want to miss that. That's always a phenomenal show. And as I said, American Warrior Radio and WMEL are going to be on site giving you all the goods on that. Glenn, we're moving right along. I told you we had a big show here. There's a fantastic festival coming up, one that AVET Project has proudly been a part of. The last year, I think we made it out there, the Jewish Heritage Festival, and we've got a special guest on the line, Adina Wilson, who is the chairperson of this committee. Adina, can you hear us?
I can.
Oh, thank you so much for joining us today on American Warrior Radio.
You're quite welcome. One correction, I'm not the chairman of the committee, I'm the publicity chairperson. So.
Well, you're doing a phenomenal job. You're doing your job by being here.
Your secret would have been safe with us anyway.
But for all those listeners out there, give them a little flavor, a little taste of the Jewish Heritage Festival, what they can expect tomorrow.
Well, I'll tell you what, this year we are celebrating what in Hebrew is called Tikkun Olam, which is repairing the world.
Oh, we need that.
We are emphasizing a lot of things, normal things such as recycling and supporting your local charities, interfaith relations. We have a lot of entertainment groups that will be performing that are not from the Jewish community. So this goes into the theme of us all coming together. These people are coming to support us as we support them throughout the year. We do encourage people to bring non-perishable food for our food pantry. I'd like to thank very much our sponsors, Vitas, who were very generous this year. We're going to have 98.5 The Beach on site broadcasting. Petty's will be there doing wine tasting. We've got outside, we're going to have some Olympic-type games. They're called Maccabiah games. It's kind of like, if you remember Color Wars from when you were a kid at camp.
Cool.
So the winners will get bragging rights and the trophy for the year until next year. The Brevard Zoo is bringing some of their things. We've got, of course, multiple dancing groups, singing groups. We've got a demonstration by a local martial arts group. Belly dancing, the Delores Jazz Band will be there. We've got an Elvis tribute show that's going on. Marcia Weinstein, if anybody's familiar with her, is going to be giving a tribute to Debbie Friedman. There is so much going to be going on next year. I mean tomorrow, you don't want to miss a minute of it.
And that's March 9th, and it's from 10 to 5 at the Melbourne Auditorium. Let me ask you real quick. You and your dance troupe have performed at AVET Project functions, going back to the Cleveland fundraiser, to the I Love My Island on Merritt Island. And are you going to be there? Are you going to be performing?
Yes, we will be performing, and we were honored to be the AVET Project. We will be performing tomorrow, as well as we're actually on right after noon sometime, and then later in the day about 4, I think.
Well, folks, you don't want to miss this because your dance troupe, Adina, brought the house down at both those events I mentioned for AVET Project. It's so unique, and it almost puts the viewer in a trance. It's just, you do a phenomenal job. And all the different things you just mentioned happening at the festival. So if I'm not Jewish, you mean I'm allowed to come to this?
Oh, absolutely. Every year we encourage the entire community to come. This year especially because we are highlighting that we all have to come together and help fix our world and do our little bits here and there. But we do so much throughout the year. The festival is sponsored by the Jewish Federation of Brevard, but we do so much throughout the year that involves the entire community, and we really like to support our community. Everybody who is in need is welcome to come utilize the food pantry. There's a job network to help people job hunting. We've got refurbished computers that we're helping to give to people that actually my husband refurbishes.
Thank you, Scott.
Thank you, Scott. So that, there'll be food, there'll be drinks.
What kind of food?
We've got skewers coming. We've got TJs coming. The local synagogues each have their, one does kugels, which is like a casserole.
Okay, great.
It can be anything from a dessert main course to a side dish. It just depends how it's made.
Multi-use dish.
Excuse me?
Multi-use dish.
You,
Right, absolutely.
well, we only have a few seconds here left. Now it's tomorrow, March 9th, from 10 to 5 at the Melbourne Auditorium. Throw the website out there real quick for folks to look it up for more information.
All right, it's www.jewishfederationbrevard.com, and on the left side you can click on Jewish Heritage Festival.
Outstanding. This has been a wonderful opportunity to let you tell folks about this program. Go to the website, jewishfederationbrevard.com. We're out of time here. Thank you, Adina. Glenn, real quick, what's the crisis line for veterans in
Veterans
need?
Crisis Line, write this down, 1-800-273-8255. Press 1, and as always, don't forget, thank a vet.
Adina, you still there?